We are now live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is August 11th, 2015. Welcome once again to the Squared Circle. We got all your news for SummerSlam coming up in just 2 weeks, and TNA news, some Ring of Honor news. We have a special guest calling in. Should be calling in about
20 minutes or so.
20, 30 minutes.
Yep.
Around that.
Yep.
This man needs no introduction at all.
Nope.
That's why I didn't bother introducing him right away.
I bring the ruckus
He brings the ruckus, Mr. John Zimmerman.
on a weekly basis.
And Mr. Dangerous Dan. Got all nice and dressed up for us this week, I say.
I bring the danger on the semi-weekly basis.
We'll just change you to corporate Dan, that's all. How's that sound?
There we go.
There we go. There we go. We,
I didn't wear the button up today. I didn't get the memo.
no, that's all right.
I feel so underdressed.
You keep your secretary. You gave her a few weeks off.
Yeah,
So I mean, I don't know.
budget cuts.
Budget cuts. What are you gonna do? Exactly. So we have the updated SummerSlam lineup. We'll start off with that. It's shaping up pretty good. We have Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. That's the latest tag team match, one of the latest tag team matches, taking on Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper, 2/3 of the Shield versus 2/3 of the Wyatt family.
And I'm not even 2/3 interested. Yourself?
Not particularly in that one.
Not particularly in that one.
No, I've read some things that are supposed to happen, and it's
What have you read?
predictable.
What have you read? Is somebody turning heel?
Spoiler.
All right, cover your ears, everybody out there. All right, what I read is Dean Ambrose is going to turn on Roman Reigns.
You've read that.
I've read that.
It'd be a good mix-up.
It's tired. It's tired
Yeah.
already, and it hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah. There's only so many things they can do with Roman Reigns. Only so many things they can do with Dean Ambrose. So they put him
Only
in.
things only a few things that they'll allow Dean Ambrose to do. I think if they allowed Dean Ambrose to do what he did prior to joining WWE, we'd be more entertained. But they've really.
So this is a kinder, gentler Dean Ambrose we've
Yes.
seen over the last.
Yes, yeah. I
2 or
mean,
3
if you
years.
go and look at his stuff prior to WWE, he was highly entertaining and maybe a little reckless, but it was definitely more than what he's doing now. And I think they really reined in his talent, no pun intended.
Yeah, and if they're going to bring the Wyatt family back together, which they should have never split them up to begin with, why don't they wait until Mr. Eric Rowan is 100% and do it the right way?
Yeah. I think they're making do with what they have, but it's really not, not too exciting.
You know, I'm going to say Dan might be right there. Because in order to make it a little exciting, maybe they should just do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Dean Ambrose with the Wyatts, though. I'd rather just see Dean Ambrose on his own.
Yeah. Well, that's more than likely what's going to happen. And hopefully they don't put him into a program with Roman Reigns and we see the two of them fight, over and over and over. 'Cause
Yeah.
I really don't think, Roman Reigns really doesn't have the moveset, and the range.
No.
And hopefully, he'll come along and he'll mature, but
That was their reluctance in giving him the title
yep.
back at WrestleMania 31. He just wasn't ready yet. He was just being booed too much.
Yeah.
It was a lot of it had to do with the internet, and everybody, found out what their plan was.
Yeah.
To give him the belt by then, and they just rebelled against that idea and went with something else.
Yeah. Well, for once they listened to the fans. But
Got to keep it going.
And they're supposedly taking away his entering the ring through the audience.
Okay.
Due to a fan interaction.
Oh, yeah. While we're on the subject of Roman Reigns, I guess we can touch on that. We can veer off for a minute or two.
Yep.
What it was during a house show in Vancouver, British Columbia. An overly aggressive fan, he hurled a replica of the Money in the Bank briefcase. He was sitting there, must have been front row at least, threw a replica of the Money in the Bank briefcase over. It's made of metal. It hit Roman Reigns in the back of the head. And he left him stunned and wobbly, according to one source. The 31-year-old fan has been banned from future WWE events. Banned for life.
Wow.
Right. Is it worth it?
But security being with what it is these days, if you go to a baseball game, you're scanned, you're searched. If you go to a football game, you're scanned, you're searched.
Yeah.
So if this briefcase is a replica made out of metal, why was it not allowed in the first place?
Right.
Well, one theory could be perhaps he purchased it there at the event.
I don't know. Are they selling metal replicas at the event?
They might be.
I haven't seen it. Doesn't mean
They're
it.
selling replicas on shop.com.
Shop.com,
Shop.com.
but not at the event.
Right.
Well,
That's the question.
you know, maybe
then
because
too-
it was WWE merch, they allowed it in. But
They probably allowed it in, not expecting that somebody it would be used
Right.
by a fan to be hurled at a superstar.
yeah,
Right.
well, hurled at a talent anyway.
A
I don't know
talent.
about superstar.
Well, that's what they call them, is
Right,
superstars, quote, unquote. So, was it worth it? I don't know. Maybe he wasn't really a WWE fan. Maybe he was an ROH fan or a TNA fan.
I don't know.
I don't know. Did you have anything to do with it, Dan? I don't know. I mean,
No, I was
Where were you
in the
on
clear
date
on this one.
question?
you've never even been to Vancouver, I guess.
Right,
Nope.
right.
Right.
I don't have the passport to get there, so.
No, me neither. Right. So moving right along, we have also, let's keep on the tag team situations then. Stardust and King Barrett take on Neville. And I never even heard of this guy, Stephen Amell. I'll be honest with you. I heard of a lot of actors.
This is the fellow that's on the show Arrow.
I've never heard of
and
the
he
show
play-
Arrow before.
He plays Arrow, Green Arrow.
Right.
Okay.
You know, the segment on Raw last night, you know, they mentioned that, you know, Triple H got in his face like, oh, you're an actor. And I was hoping that the guy would say, yeah, a better actor than you. But and, you know, he's like, you're an actor, not a wrestler. And I'm like, gee, I'm thinking that, you know, how many wrestlers are trying to be actors, so why not the other way around?
I know.
But, you know, I don't know. You know, I would love to talk to the people in the business and see their take on somebody coming in like an actor or a sports figure, you know, going back to Karl Malone and those guys. And then they had Snooki at 2 WrestleManias ago, you know. And they're coming in with very little in-ring ability
Right.
or training, and they're getting a spot. You know, I mean, here's a guy, you know, in SummerSlam, you know, arguably one of the top 4 pay-per-views of the year, and here's a guy taking a spot. You know,
Right.
and he's an actor. I mean, admittedly, he's an actor, and you know, that could be somebody. That could be, you know, somebody that's not on the card.
Adam Rose.
You know, Adam Rose.
It could be Adam Rose, exactly.
Right.
Bo Dallas.
Could
Yeah.
be Bo Dallas.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Well, I think
NXT.
could be that guy in the audience. Like, won't shut up.
I know.
could be. I think we can agree that it's just done for the sake of publicity.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's cross promotion, and you know, it's. They're
Yeah,
probably-
when they had Karl Malone on years and years ago with WCW,
Right.
and they had Steve McMichael, who actually became a horseman.
Yeah.
Well, Steve McMichael was
Kevin
a
Green.
legitimate athlete.
What's that again?
Steve McMichael was a legitimate athlete with the Chicago Bears.
Right.
Yeah, and so Karl Malone, you know, was a basketball star. I believe he was on the USA Olympic team. You know, but the point is, you know, they're not trained wrestlers. You know, bring
What
somebody
kind of training does Jay Leno have?
or Drew Carey, he's in the Hall of Fame, isn't he?
Right.
You know, but I mean, it's kind of, like I said, you're really taking somebody that doesn't, from an outside world and bringing him into the WWE, and you're taking away a spot from a guy that's
That could
that's
use
working,
it.
right?
Right.
So you're taking a payday away from somebody and giving it to a guy. So how much is this guy, this Arnell doing, or Amel, excuse me, in the ring, and what can you expect of him?
I know.
So I don't know.
I don't
it
even
kinda
know about
rubs
his
me-
acting talent because
Right.
I've never heard of him.
It kind of rubs me the wrong way. I watched the pilot episode of Arrow, and it's okay. I mean, it's a DC show, and the guy's an okay actor, I guess. But like I said, you're taking a spot away from somebody that deserves it more than somebody just walking in off the, from another
Right.
entertainment.
That being said, seeing he's just an actor, I think Neville and this guy will probably end up winning.
Well, more than likely, they are the baby faces, so.
Right. What do you think? Probably because he's the actor and
Right, and of course Neville's going to have to shoulder 90 to 95% of the weight in the match.
Right.
not that he can't handle it.
The other guy may come in for a couple kicks, a couple punches, and get the heck out of the ring.
Neville did steal the show, not last night's Raw, but the previous week's Raw. Neville stole the show, and they faked him winning the belt from Seth Rollins, and that was just fantastic. That was probably one of the greatest matches on Raw in a long time. So I mean, Neville definitely deserves a spot, and I'm looking forward to see where they go with him from here. But that being said,
I see a lot in his future.
and I do like the Stardust character.
Right.
It's a harken back to some of the characters, that we've had in the past.
Kind of like his brother Goldust.
Yeah, and he's staying within the character and denying that this Cody Rhodes guy exists, and I kind of like that. It's fun.
Definitely.
Well, it's kind of like Hollywood denies that this Saru guy out there exists.
Hey now. Also, we have the tag titles: Primetime Players versus New Day versus Lucha Dragons versus Los Matadors. Not really too concerned about that.
Yeah.
I'll keep them around the players. We got Ryback versus Big Show versus The Miz.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, three-way. I thought Ryback was still on the shelf though.
Well, apparently he's back in action.
Back in action, huh?
But that might explain the reason for the three-way, because less stress on them. They can put Show and The Miz in the ring for a while. But it's talking about on the shelf. Big Show should go on the shelf. But
Right. Who do you think is going to go over, Ryback?
It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really
you
matter
know what?
either.
I mean, this whole SummerSlam is just
The only thing,
not appealing.
we've
to
already
me.
seen Lesnar and Undertaker.
Yep.
I'm not even gonna. I have no idea. Maybe probably the Undertaker will win. They don't know what's going on with the title match because I don't think Cena's going to be back yet.
Right.
And the one thing I'm very, very interested in is seeing the women's, the Team Bad versus the Bellas versus Paige, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. That's probably, if I'm going to pay attention to any match,
Right.
it's going to be that.
I want to see Paige, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch go over. I want to see their performance. But here's another pay-per-view where the women's title is not being contended.
True.
When is the last time that it was they had a title match for the women's belt for the Divas Championship? I mean, here we are, going back to Daniel Bryan being stripped because he wasn't able to defend his championship. Brock Lesnar, over the tenure that he had the belt, how many times did he defend it? And now you've got the Divas Championship, which is rarely, if ever, defended. So she's carrying it around, and nobody's in contention for it. It somehow always comes up to
Yep.
a tag match or
I'm
a
just
team
glad
match.
they've increased the roster as far as the women, and they're giving them more time.
I'm all for that, and like I said, I love Paige's work in the ring. Becky Lynch is showing some good stuff, and Charlotte is coming along.
Right.
And even though I like Tamina, they're making her the big, the big bad guy or the big bad lady.
Big bad lady, yeah. Sasha Banks. I can't say.
Maybe like she might be the next China kind of
Right.
figure. Big enough to fight with the guys.
Sasha Banks.
Yep.
Like her too.
Yeah.
Definitely. So that being said, I'm trying to organize this for in a few weeks. Hopefully we can do it. What I'm calling right now, if you guys have a better name for it, we'll call it the Squared Circle Women's Forum. I've met some interesting women wrestlers throughout the independent scene. And try to get them all down here for a special episode. Maybe we'll talk to the guys in back, maybe go about an hour and a half.
Be nice.
Right.
Give the ladies their due.
Exactly. But
speaking of the ladies, Aubrey St. John, our frequent correspondent and co-host, recently did a photo shoot with Matt Hernandez, our last week's guest, and just the fantastic photos are on our page. Check them out. Matt Hernandez just did a fantastic job on everything he does. But the photo shoot with Aubrey, some of the pictures have leaked. We've got them on our page, and check them out and check out Hernandez Photography. If you need anything done, I mean, the guy is just, I just love it. It's just amazing. His pictures speak for themselves. So.
Yeah, I've been really impressed by the photos that I've seen, and like you say, he's the man to go to if you want to get some nice photos done, whether you're having a wedding, a sports event, whatever. He's the go-to guy.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and I've seen he's shared some of his concert photography, and I'm like, wow, just amazed at some of the shots of Gene Simmons that he sent me.
Yeah, just some of the still photos he had last week.
So yeah, I mean, check out Aubrey St. John's photo shoot, and give him some feedback, give him some love.
Speaking of which, recently when we went up to Massachusetts to Pioneer Valley,
yes,
we had Aubrey with us.
Yep.
And she did some interviews, and we have some of those. We have also a tag team match. It was kind of a rematch, if you recall. We went up to Pinnacle Wrestling when they had their card up in Musqueamish at Springfest.
Yep.
This was kind of a rematch between Kingdom and Country.
Yes.
And Tomahawk and Jeremy Leary, which known as the punk rock powwow.
Yes.
And we got to see that.
Yes.
Up in Hadley, Mass.
Yeah, when you went to Pinnacle, we were the only camera crew live on site, and we got the only footage available. So very impressed. HD footage.
So we have probably have a couple Aubrey interviews. I'm not sure how many, but we have 2 Aubrey interviews ready for right now, and we have this excerpts of this tag match.
Yes.
So we can get to those before our caller.
Fantastic.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Hello, everybody. Thank you here at Square Circle. I'm here at I'm here with
Egomaniac Johnny Idol. You should know that, right?
I know, but I want to say that.
Oh, okay. All right. Hi.
So, we wrestled earlier tonight, and what do you have to say about that match?
It's a tough match. Those guys they're young. They're young and talented, and very strong, and I'm getting older, but but it was actually a hard fought match. I had a really good time. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you and your partner did really well.
Thank you.
What are you looking for? Like, do you see yourself with
I'd like to, sure. Why not? Why not? I mean, it's kind of tough. I'm the commissioner here, so it's a little tough to just kind of go after my own thing. But if anybody calls me out, I'm going. So I'd love to, sure, of course. Why not? I mean, I've done it in the past, and I don't see the reason why I can't do it again. Well, just thanks for watching. Keep watching. Come see us, and hope to see you next time. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you very much.
Hello, Square Circle. I'm here with Mike McCarthy from Masshole.
MASSHOLE.
So, you put in there, you teamed up with Patrick. How was that?
It was all right. This is my first time here at PvP, and the place is packed. Good fans. They're loud. They adults. I'm on their own. I'm a Mass. This is Massachusetts. Western Mass. It's so the same.
So, obviously, you're here for people that are calling out.
brings, but I'm here.
Anything else you want to say to the fans of
Check out Value Pro Wrestling. That's where we are here today in Hadley, Mass. And also like McCarthy online, I guess.
All right, that's all for now. Thank you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is the masshole Mike McCarthy. And for all your wrestling news, watch the Squared Circle.
Well.
Yes.
Now, we've been talking about independent wrestling here on this show for the whole time we've been on here, pushing,
Of course.
well, way up to almost four years now.
Yeah.
And many different cards I've been to, and I've never seen an act take place like that. Quite like that.
Yeah, we'll have to get an explanation from Tomahawk. Why?
That was a shock value.
Yes, it certainly was.
Right.
You know, he inadvertently got hit by his tag team partner, and I think maybe he was upset about that. That's what I took away from that clip.
I don't know.
Tag team partner came in, the opponent ducked, he got clocked, Tomahawk gets clocked.
Or was this just a plan from the beginning?
Well, you know about nefarious plans, so.
I don't know anything about any nefarious plans, but this was a complete, like, the whole crowd was into this match and was expecting the punk rock powwow to prevail.
Right.
And be victorious, and it was sort of looking like that a little bit, but then that happened, and I've never seen so many people in an indie show just glued like that to the ring.
Right. And
just
very vocal. You can hear him.
An amazement like that.
You sold out. You
Right.
sold out.
Something that this Pioneer Valley did with their card was they raised shock value.
Yes.
Something you don't normally see big heel turns like that on the indies.
No, you're right. Hoping to hear from Tomahawk so he can explain himself. But it's interesting. I believe they have a card coming up. If I'm not mistaken.
Their next card is actually going to be in Hadley once again.
Yeah.
It is going to be September 12th in Hadley, Massachusetts. That is at the American Legion.
Yep. Is that the call we're expecting?
I believe it might be. Good evening. You are live on the Squared Circle.
I wonder why one of those wrestlers punched out Geno Smith today, and now we lost our starting quarterback for 10 weeks.
Oh, Mr. McCarver.
Oh, Mr.
How are you,
McCarver.
gentlemen?
Very well, very well. Happy days to you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate the plug. I had rehearsals for the play, but now I'm free for about another month, so I wanted to call and say I was back, and I'll be a regular watcher now on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock exclusively on NHTV.
Yes.
I
yes.
see.
But I wanted to comment first. I was sorry. I know it's old news now, but I've been away. But I was sorry to hear about Roddy Piper.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
definitely.
Back when when my son was young, we used to go to wrestling all the time, and I used to love Roddy Piper and Piper's Pit. It was, the golden age of wrestling, I think.
Oh, definitely.
I agree, definitely.
And it was good to see. And I used to love the interviews with Gene Okerlund and Lou Albano, and of course Piper's Pit was the best.
Oh, definitely. It's pretty. I was out at the beach just enjoying myself, relaxing, and I got that news over social media, and I was just completely floored about it.
Yeah, and what was it? A heart attack?
Cardiac arrest, I believe.
Cardiac arrest. Yeah. Oh, it's
Very sad. And what did I see today? Is today Hulk Hogan's birthday? He's 62.
we don't know who that is. Who is this? Who is this Hogan person?
Oh, was it Terry Bethia or something?
Yeah.
So,
Some guy Terry, his birthday was today. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did want to let you know I was still watching. I still hang out with the Thunderous one from.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
So, and I did want to ask, just Jay, on a personal note, did I see you're thinking of doing the all 12.4 miles this Labor Day at New Haven?
What's that? Yeah, I'm actually considering that.
Doing the 20K this year.
Doing the 20K this year. I did the Guilford Sea Legs.
Oh, you did the 10 miler?
Not the 10 miler, just the 5K last week.
But what was your time?
It was like 24 and a half minutes. Wasn't too bad.
24?
Yeah.
You'll have no problem then with the 20K. Sounds like you're training hard this season.
Oh yeah, I get out there. I do what I got to do.
All right, good for you.
He's running away from Saru.
All right. All right, gentlemen, and let's hope that Floyd Mayweather loses his next fight on September 12th.
Yes, I
Definitely.
agree.
All right, have a good night.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
thank you.
Right. That was Ed McCarver.
Yeah,
that was
it's
a
been
blast
while.
from the past.
Yeah, it's been a while. Ed was working hard and rehearsals for his play Happy Days, so based on the TV show. We got another call.
We got another call here. You're live on the Squared Circle.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with? We are wonderful. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is the Native American Tomahawk.
Excellent.
Excellent. We've been waiting to hear from you, sir.
Hey, yeah, no, I keep true to my word.
I see that. So we just played this tag team match here where the Aristocrats took on the Punk Rock Powwow, and it seemed to have an ending that didn't end too well for Mr. Leary. So one of the reasons why I'm so glad you called, I've been meaning to ask you. You know, it's been plaguing everybody's minds for the past few recent weeks here. Why did you do that, Tomahawk? Why?
Well, unlike popular belief, where everyone believes Mr. Tomahawk sold out, no, there was no money involved. No, there was no talks between me and the Aristocrats. It's just that Mr. Dirt Dog Jeremy really got a little sloppy, and before it became a real problem, I decided to cut my ties with him, so to speak.
So that's all there is. There was no secret deal between you and the Aristocrats at all, so they can increase their numbers and keep all those beautiful, shiny gold tag belts.
Well, see, here's the thing. I may have lost the match, but I didn't lose the tag belt because the Aristocrats play by Freebird rules. So I'm still technically the tag team champion.
That's interesting.
Strategy.
Something I did not know.
Yeah, you're probably going to see it in telling shows and stuff as we tag in and out, as taking full advantage of that rule that it's in the rule book. So, I mean, we can do whatever we want.
The precedent has been set, yes.
The precedent has been set. So how are things going that you're in the Aristocrats now? You all seem like you're one big happy family.
We are a well-oiled machine. This is what wrestling greatness looks like. With four of us. We have Wolfgar, the muscle. We have me, the up-and-coming talent. We have Zach and Bill, who have been around for years and years. It's a great core group of guys.
Fantastic. I understand you have a card coming up on September 12th in Hadley, Mass. Give us some of the highlights of that. Who are you going to face, and maybe some of the other names on the card?
Well, Commissioner Idover seems to like jokes. So he has booked me, the Native American Tomahawk, in a match against a supposed cowboy, Jeff Starr. He's from wrestling out of New York. I don't really care much about him. And so I'm going to send him back to wherever he is up over there. And then there's also that 20-man battle royal, which I plan on walking out victor of.
The 20-man battle royal. It's a 20-man rumble. What does the winner gain from winning this 20-man rumble?
A title shot at the next show, baby.
Wow.
For all the gold.
For all the gold. So you would then be taking on Brad Hollister, if all goes.
If Brad Hollister is still the champion after the September show, correct? I don't really care who I take on.
I mean, going back to one of your other comments, what do you mean a cowboy from New York City? It's kind of like that sauce.
Right.
A cowboy from New York City?
Yeah, I don't really understand either, but wherever he's from, he's got to go back to a loser. So he gets he was a really pissed off Native American.
Yeah, wow.
Can see that. So What made you start out in this wonderful world of professional wrestling? How did you get your training and all that?
Well, when I was a little kid, I had a dream of becoming the next Hulk Hogan. So, I went to the Warrior and Macho Man, all those greats. So, I grew up watching it, and I started out my training in North Andover, Massachusetts, at the New England Pro Wrestling Academy under the tutelage of Brian Fury.
Nice.
Nice.
And from there, I traveled all over New England.
Amazing, yeah. So you've been Rhode Island, obviously. We saw you over there at Springfest, all over Massachusetts. There's all kinds of different wrestling companies up there in Mass.
Yep, I've read all of them.
Tomahawk, do you have a dream match, either past or present? Someone that you would have loved to have wrestled in the past, or maybe somebody upcoming?
Well, I already had one of my dream matches at a Lucky Pro Wrestling show about a month. Was it a month? Yeah, it's about a month a month back. I tag teamed with Tatanka, which is actually a really funny story because I teamed with Tatanka against my fellow Aristocrats members, Zachary Carabello and Billy Kim. So
This is after you joined them.
It was right before.
Okay, right before.
So it's just funny how it works. I looked up on him, and then I ended up shaking their hand and hugging them the next week. So.
Oh, that's the crazy world of professional wrestling.
You never know, exactly.
And anybody up and comers that you're looking at that possibly you can get in the ring with?
Well, you know, I'm very easy. Because anyone who's new and excited about them, whether they've been in the business for years and years or if they just started out, as long as it's somebody new, I'm excited to enter the ring with them, so I'm not very picky.
Oh, fantastic. We'll have to see if we can book some
Right.
talent for you.
Right.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Excellent, excellent. Other than the September 12th, do you have any other matches coming up? Anything you got on the horizon there?
Also in September, I will be challenging Randy Shine, formerly known as Jay Buster, for the Lucky Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. I forget that date right now. I have something written down.
Yeah.
I have, of course, the PvP shows coming up.
Mm-hmm.
The Lucky Pro and PvP is where I usually run pretty regularly.
We're very familiar with Jay Busta. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to whip up on him for you.
That's fantastic.
Are you involved with the Us versus Them at all by any chance? Because I know a couple other people from Pioneer Valley are going to be on that.
Pardon, with what?
Us versus Them. It's August
Us
29th.
versus them, yes. I will be, I'll actually be teaming with my buddy Wolfguard there. We'll be defending the PvP tag titles on their shows. We're an agreement that they made between the two promotions. Kind of like a showcase thing, so.
Yeah. You're a very, very busy man. Where do you find the time?
I know.
I'm very open on weekends.
That's it. You got to be very, very available to work on the weekends.
Yep.
Very sweet.
Definitely.
And yeah, we see the Us versus Them wrestling Saturday, August 29th, right here in Connecticut, Enfield, Connecticut. So we're looking forward to seeing you there. Have you wrestled in Connecticut before? Have you been down here?
Actually, the first time I wrestled in Connecticut was a couple of weeks back. Us versus Them did a couple of preliminary shows, and that was the first time that I ever wrestled in Connecticut.
Did they tax you to death? They're taxing us to death over here.
Yeah.
No, they left me alone, so I honestly think it's the war paint and the fact that I carry around a hatchet at all times.
Yeah, they won't raise your taxes.
A lot of people don't like talking to me.
Well, we have a couple of Native American tribes in Connecticut. They've got the casinos here. I don't know if you drove by those.
Yeah, I've been to those guys. They usually take my money pretty to the heart, so we don't like things like that. Not my choice.
No.
You have just about as much odds as everybody else, which is, every time I go there, I make my annual donation to this.
I just don't go.
But I usually donate to the buffet. It's usually safer.
You're probably better off.
Yeah, at least you know you're going to get your money's worth.
I know.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Anything else you want to share with the fans?
Just come out and support local independent wrestling. I mean, all these guys in New England, even including Dirt Dog. I know we have our differences right now, and we have some differences a little bit. But I mean, we all work really hard at what we do, and just come out and support us, man. We love working for everybody who comes out to the shows, and it really it brings out a smile to all of us. So,
definitely.
Come, just support us.
We absolutely do. We've been supporting this for over 3 years now with this show, and most of our lives, growing up just like you, seeing the independent shows and going out to the autograph signings and meeting the superstars.
Yeah, it's an unreal experience, this whole thing, this whole wrestling thing,
Exactly. Because the whole thing of it is, I mean, everybody in independent wrestling, you never know where your career is going to head to.
Yeah, I know. There's high hope. I have high hopes.
That's fantastic. Well, we wish you all the success and the luck in the world, and thank you very much for calling in, and we will see you Pioneer Valley September 12th in Hadley, Mass., and right before that, us versus them Saturday, August 29th in Enfield, Connecticut, right here on our home turf.
Correct. I will see you guys then. Look forward to it.
Definitely. It's always a pleasure, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Native American Tomahawk.
Thank you very much.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Fantastic.
Right.
Well,
tell you, we're getting connections everywhere.
yeah, without a doubt.
Right.
We're welcome with open arms practically everywhere we go.
I know. I can't tell you how great those people up in Pioneer Valley are.
Yeah.
Right. Just, past couple times we went up there.
It's everybody's here to entertain and have a good time, and obviously people want to promote their product, and most of the people we've met are fine gentlemen and ladies, but a lot of the promoters are men, but they're fine gentlemen, and they see us, we act like fine gentlemen ourselves.
Exactly.
And, it's business. We conduct business, and it's fantastic. It's good to have connections,
Exactly.
And, as I posted, I saw Jay Ice today over at his shop, Nicolisi's Italian Ice. And, we talked, and he's got a couple things in the works. And hopefully we'll see him back in action next year. And he invited us out again to film his show and have our table and just have a good time with him. So thank you to Jay Ice, thank you to Tomahawk and Pioneer Valley and ECPW and all the other folks, Pinnacle. So
speaking of another PvP, he says he's going to do it. The commissioner might be down here.
Yeah.
Within the next coming up.
Yeah.
Right.
Fantastic. We got to thank Aubrey for her interviews.
Definitely. I have other interviews with her that she conducted up there as well. But
time and
all that,
Yeah.
So they'll be there.
Yeah.
We can run some next week as well.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, they definitely always welcome us up there. I mean, the last PvP show we went up there, we were playing pool with the guys, hanging out. So it's a good time.
It definitely is.
Yeah, and I got to say that was you on the camera.
That was me on the camera.
On the HD footage.
Yes.
Well, that was some of your better work.
That was some of my better work.
I have to applaud you. You actually got the action and weren't behind the referee or the ring post, and
we had a really, really good view of the ring that night.
So I applaud you. Your work is getting better.
Right, exactly. It's a little tricky because I have to try to find the exact good place to film.
Right.
Right, where I'm not in back of the action or
Yeah. Yeah, and plus, you don't want to be in the fans' way. It's kind of rough. As we spoke to Matt, it's kind of rough to get the shot and not be in the fans' way, and not get clocked by the wrestlers at the same time.
I have another card, as a matter of fact, speaking of Massachusetts. our old friends at RPW have one coming up this coming Saturday night with a bell time of 7 o'clock, 7 to 10 p.m. at the Boys and Girls Club of Chicopee, Massachusetts.
Yep.
And if I can get my GPS to work and tell me exactly where this place is, I might just have to go up and see them. This was, of course, the late great Eric Newton's was his territory.
Right.
It's been, it's very, very unfortunate his passing.
Right,
Affected
right.
everybody. That's for sure. And
Yeah.
I don't know. They had a big 10-bell salute to him the last time.
Yes.
The last card in Springfield, and he's very, very sadly missed.
Yeah.
Definitely. But Chicopee this Saturday night, we have the return. Speaking of of Pioneer Valley, their champion Brad Hollister will be there.
Yep.
Davian, debut of the Can-Am Connection, Ken Zagami and Anthony Green.
Nice.
We get the tag titles, Kingdom and Country. Wonder who they are. Take on Can-Am Connection. The RPW title will be defended by AJ Cruz as he takes on the Masshole,
Well,
Mike
you just
McCarthy,
saw that, right.
who we just saw Aubrey interviewing there. The No
With
Limits.
an M, that is.
Yeah, the M. Right. No Limits title, Scotty McNair versus Smiley, the Psycho Lucha.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting. We have the.
How do you see the smile under the mask?
I don't know.
We'll have to get the footage and find out.
The new young upstart. This woman. She has just transitioned from being a manager, valet, to a women's wrestler now. Maximum Mecca, excuse me, takes on Davian. I don't know why these two are going at it. Brad Hollister is taking on TK O'Ryan. Now, Brad Hollister and TK O'Ryan are both managed by Joseph DiNucci.
Oh.
And of course, Joseph DiNucci never lets you forget that Brad Hollister is the title holder.
And PvP, of course not.
Well,
Right.
hey, we've seen bad blood between former friends or co-workers before, so we'll have to get the
This is
story.
a different company you're talking about, too.
Right,
And
right.
whoever they want against one another is going against one another.
Well, the
you know?
booking, yeah.
It's the booking,
Hey, the authority.
The authority. Brad Hollister takes on TK O'Ryan. The battle of Team DiNucci.
Nice.
Right. Or as Mr. DiNucci says, Brad Hollister. He's like a Pee Wee Herman kind of character.
Yeah.
Maybe we should ask him to come on one of these days.
Hey,
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, in that match, I've got to go with Brad Hollister.
You're gonna go with Brad Hollister.
Got to go with it.
Gotta go with it, just so you can hear Brad Hollister. I'm sure he won't. I don't even know what DiNucci must think of this. He must be beside himself.
Yeah. Well, either way, he wins.
That's true.
If you've got two horses in the race,
Right, that's true.
it's only a two-horse race. You win either way.
And Mooch and Andy Sweet, there's a name for that team that I can't think of right now, take on the New York Wrecking Crew.
Oh, I'm sure we'll hear of that.
Right,
I'm sure we'll be corrected.
right.
The haters will call in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he
Hey,
don't even know
now.
the name of the team.
Hey, now.
Censored.
Right to censor.
Right to censor. And another company that I was not aware of, and I was made aware of it tonight. Fight the World Wrestling. This is Sunday, August 16th in Deer Park, New York. This coming Sunday.
Yeah.
We go to ftwwrestling.com for more details because I couldn't really tell you exactly where the venue is.
Right.
Hey, if we can ever get in contact with them, why not?
Yep.
Get some more calls, Why not?
Well, I know Dylan has showed me the cards from Fight the World, and he's been bugging me to get down there, but one of these days.
One of
there's
these
just
days,
not
huh?
enough time in the world.
Not enough time. We got to get a bigger crew.
Yeah.
And we can cover the whole Eastern Seaboard maybe in another
There
10
we go.
years. Who knows? But most importantly, to our hearts, PWA's Clash at the Academy, Sunday, August 30th, at the Academy in Cheshire, Connecticut.
Yes.
3 p.m.
3
start.
p.m. on a Sunday, yes.
Now, is the new PWA Squared Circle television champion going to be there?
I believe so. I believe Azrael is answering the call. Now, I don't know if Troy Stevens is going to have the rematch or Dickie Moon is going to step in and be ready for action and maybe get some revenge. It remains to be seen. But, you know, the regular crew will be on hand, and it's going to be an interesting bout. And just like last time we were there, and it's going to be just fantastic. And I would suggest getting there early because it was not only a sold-out show, but I mean they were turning people away. It was standing room only, literally standing room only.
It was hot.
Yeah,
it was red hot.
Yeah, hopefully it's not as
Easily
hot
the
a day.
hottest card of the summer.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But hopefully
On the hottest day of the
weather
summer.
cooperates and isn't as roasty as it,
Right.
as it was.
We had oven roasted pizza
Yeah.
that night,
Yeah.
or that afternoon, I should say.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
But yeah, get out there and you'll see the PWA Squared Circle television champion in action.
Right.
And hopefully,
Even though it's not Troy Stevens anymore.
no. Hey, you know, we're proud. Anybody that carries that belt has earned
Exactly.
it. You know, long and hard, and you know, not just anybody can, you know, compete for it.
No,
So,
of course not.
You know, we're glad to have Azrael, you know, holding it for us at the moment, and we'll see who comes up next.
We have under 5 minutes. I was going to get to blowing off steam, but we seem to be having a phone call here.
All right.
Let's
Good
go
evening.
to it.
You are live on the Squared Circle.
Hey, told you that I was going to call in. I was just at the time right now because I was really doing something.
Excellent, RJ. We're doing fantastic. We have a few minutes for you. How's your recovery, and when can we see you?
Pretty soon, the recovery is going really good. I have some back really soon there, but yeah. It's going really good, though.
Yeah, you know, we see your posts on our page, and you're forever in our hearts. You know that. Real quick, your thoughts on SummerSlam? Are you excited for it, or or what's up?
Everything's done. I was just, my first game,
Yeah. What are your thoughts on SummerSlam? RJ, what are your thoughts on SummerSlam?
I think I like the way the card is set up, basically. I don't know what I expect, but hopefully it'll be good for me to see and see what happens.
Excellent.
Really looking forward to the main event, though.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that's, you know.
Undertaker Lesnar.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Well, I'm interested to see where they're going to go with it. You know, more for storyline than the actual match. But I'm imagining it's going to lead up to something at WrestleMania. And I'll go out on a limb and say maybe Sting gets involved.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see what happens.
But I want to say I'd love to see you out at the Clash at the Academy on the 30th.
Definitely.
At 3 p.m. We'd love to see you there.
Yeah, if I could get down there, I'd go. I would like to,
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen
I
you
know.
at a
It'd be
PWA
nice
event.
to see you.
Yeah, I know. It's running.
Well, my friend, keep us posted, and thank you for the call. We got to wrap it up. And like I said, let us know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'll probably get it in next week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Good night,
RJ.
sir.
You guys too.
All right.
Definitely. So, under 60 seconds, we covered a lot of indie wrestling. Great footage as usual.
Yeah. All the cards will be posted on our page.
Yep. We'll get some latest news and information concerning WWE, TNA, ROH, and their big cards coming up. The Field of Honor coming up on August 22nd.
Yeah, I'll be at
Definitely.
NXT at that time, so.
I'll probably be at
Double
Field
booked.
of Honor.
Oh, double booked. We'll be like down the street from one another.
Yeah, I know, really.
Two places at the same time.
Once again, I'm Hollywood J. Williams. Good night, good luck, and as always, we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.